Well, you know, I watched Bill Gates take over the UN system with the climate summit in Paris in 2015. And that's when I decided to write the book, Oneness versus 1%, which I gifted you at the last community festival. And in the book, we've analyzed how did people like Bill Gates become as wealthy as they are, and how are they controlling so much? So they became wealthy through liberalization, neoliberal liberalization, where trade was liberalized, and trade in information had absolutely no taxes. So these billionaires have paid no taxes on their trade in software. Yeah, and he got that passed in the Singapore WTO ministerial. That's how they got rich. How is he controlling other sectors? Philanthrocapitalism. You take a little bit of money and say, here, the big seed banks of the world, $1 million. But now I will control all the seed of the world. And that's how he did the control over CGIAR. On health, give a little money to WHO. And then he controls the vaccine policy, the nutrition policy, and all the policies. The media. Our journalist...
Put that down for you, will you?
Yeah.
You won't allow it.
Our journalist, who is being used, really, to create these strange caricatures of what the farmers are, what the people who stand with the farmers are. Well, Guardian is paid for by Gates. Every major... BBC's entire agriculture program is an advertisement for what I call the poison cartel. If you look at it, Corteva comes up. Corteva is the merger of Dow and DuPont. And they show it as if they're covering scientific news. But they're really doing an advertisement. So philanthrocapitalism is give a tiny bait and take the whole thing, but also present yourself as a philanthropist. Yeah? And the reason they control the governments is also through the philanthropy issue. Because when they enter and say, this is the recipe to save your children, as philanthropy, the governments who've been made desperate for money because of indebtedness by the World Bank and IMF, they cling to every piece. But before you know it, he's taken over the health sector, he's taken over the education sector, and he and Silicon Valley are very big players in the fake food future of farming without farmers, food without farms. The kind of future that George Monbiot wants to build. And of course, he's not the one who invented it. He's just becoming he's using his place as a journalist to promote it.
Yes.
But that Silicon Valley Bank that collapsed, it was a very big promoter of startups for lab food. Now, lab food is presented as if it'll be without land, and land will be freed up for rewilding. Well, that's what they said about factory farming. We'll put all the chickens together in one factory, and we'll free up the land, but they grabbed more land for factory, for animal food.
They're always doing that.